So today's talk is not a skyrocket thing, a basic thing only, like data visualization, which all of you being in data or analytics side of thing, either you could be working or you're aspirant of them. You already know this, but we'll see in a different angle. So currently, where data visualization lies in, next where it is heading to us, and the future part, right? So with that, this is myself. My name is Dinesh Kumar, and I work as lead product manager at a company called TNQ Tech. I have 12 years of 12 plus years of experience in B2B SaaS, working in different products, most predominantly into data engineering related products, and now transitioning into domain related products as well. And I'm one among 7 data platform MVPs in India. So MVP is nothing but most valuable professional. It's an award category provided by Microsoft. And I always believe that the growth happens via knowledge sharing. And that is why the tagline, which I have mentioned as learn, share, and grow. So, along with me, I also have Senthil today. So, he's a very good guy and a very good subject matter expert. So, what I mean by subject matter expert is into TNQ Tech, which is predominantly into the copy reading and typesetting space. Um, every person, either it could be developer or a product manager or an analyst or a tester, if 30 to 40% of time they need the subject matter expert of this scholarly publishing domain. So I saw Sendil as a good domain expert, means subject matter expert, and also he has good passion towards data, and that is the reason I pulled him in into this. So Sendil, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. I'm Senthil Murugan, working as a senior data analyst in TNQ Tech. Thanks Dinesh and Raghavan for this opportunity. Um, basically, we are think about data and data towards insights. That's introduction about Dinesh.
Okay,
Thanks for the opportunity, Dinesh.
yeah, yeah. So I pulled him just 2 days back, so he without denying anything he accepted it. That itself a very big step. So we'll while going on the session, I'll include Sendil, especially during the day, showing the demo. So yeah, this is slightly out of the topic. I'm into different communities as well, both in the product space and also the technical space. And this is Global AI Coimbatore is something which is going to happen in the next month. So anyone who is in Coimbatore or you have friends in Coimbatore, please ask them to follow my posts in LinkedIn. I'll be putting announcement about this event. It's going to be 1 day event with no cost, but one full day of packed sessions with elite speakers. So this is just an offline thing apart from this today's session, but just want to take this opportunity to tell about this event. Yeah, yeah. So I hope many of you know this pyramid. Like decision making always starts with the data collection, right? So in different companies, challenges will lie differently. For example, at TNQ, we face most of the challenge in this part, like the data collection and the data warehouse part. Whereas for the data analysis, we have dedicated data team, so they help where Sendil is part of the data team. So they do a enormous job, and this insight consumption and generation, which the stakeholders, leadership team, they'll be doing. So this is a general pattern, but in in general among companies in real world, the data collection and data warehousing will be happening seamlessly, which means gathering the data and storing it somewhere. Whereas this data analysis part is where most people will stuck because um, like the different tools will be there, different frameworks will be there, compliance issue will be there, and what to follow, what not to follow, which is the real data, data's authenticity, integrity, and accuracy, data's quality, everything lies over here. So there are a lot of challenges. So both analyzing and also insights consumption. is a very big challenge. Okay, so this session, why it is being connected to this pyramid for today's session is for both data analysis and insight generation. Visualization is what will be a great extent to help. Okay, so apart from the insights, as if the insights itself is being presented in a visual way, it will be easy for us to consume, right? It is very fairly assumable statement. Like if you are given with an Excel file of 10,000 lines of data points, will it be easy for you to consume? Or whereas if the same data points is presented in a set of charts, will it be easy for you to consume, right? Mostly it will be the second one. So that is why I focused today to take dive deep about data visualization alone. Because in terms of data analytics, you could see many places, many content as well. So let's see something which you cannot find in internet. So yeah, basically what you learned today. What are the best practices in visualization? And some of the basic concepts which is nothing but rendering data into the visuals and where it is heading from now to next to future. Fine. So why is this data visualization or data analytics is getting into a hot topic nowadays? It is because both of demand and also supply as well. What I mean by supply is the exponential growth of data. Supply is huge. Supply is demand. Supply is like anything, right? Nowadays, the generation of data is happening like anything. And over the period of like 5 years back, the computation power was not growing much. What I mean by computation power is, in spite of having huge amount of data, crunching those data and getting insights was not that easy. That is where the big data era came into picture. Apache Spark, Hadoop, HDFS, and all those things came into picture, and certain enterprise companies were able to do some progress on it. Whereas after this after this Gen AI era, right? So the integration of this advanced tech like Gen AI has made this the compulsion of data informed decision making to next level. Not only the big enterprise companies, but also the middle level companies are also trying to push themselves into this data informed decision making, where visualization again plays a key important role. So let me start with a very simple example. Okay, so in general, we used to our families. Let me take an example of middle class families, right? So in every middle class family, the budget calculation will be happening. Mostly consider our fathers or 15, 20 years back. Okay, so they used to prepare this budget. What are the expenses? What are the income? And how many is remaining after all the expenses? Where can we do the remaining amount and or save that amount? Everything will be happening in a notebook paper, right? Writing down, or in a Excel sheet, right? Mostly in Excel sheet, people will be doing it. So now it has slowly transformed into using the tools. Yeah. So there are certain apps. I think the current generation is more or less we are into using mobile apps for everything. We use GPay to spend, and we use again mobile apps to invest in shares or something else, and we use mobile apps uh, to do even bank transaction as well, right? So likewise, the analysis of this budget calculation from notebook to Excel is slowly getting transformed into use of AI tools. Okay, so there are a lot of AI tools, but I have just used the ChatGPT itself. Okay, so I just gave it some of the spends and asked it to categorize it by categorize my spends by based on food and dining, groceries, and all those things, and it is able to do it, right? But not in a very exceptional level. For example, the reason is in my GPay, while I used to spend, I used to mention like while I'm paying for a Rapido guy, I used to mention as Rapido or bike trip, or while I go to a grocery shop, I used to mention as மாவு like நம்ம மாவு வாங்குவோம் இல்லையா, தோசை மாவு வாங்குவோம் இல்ல ரவா வாங்குவோம், something like that, which is very natural. We are not skeptical robo kind of things to use grocery hyphen rava, something like that. We used to use this statement only, that's all, right? But interrupting this kind of statements also is possible for GPT, but that is not predominantly it is being created for, right? But slowly, what I assume is even this personalization level, like who is spending? Dinesh Kumar is spending. Where is spending? He is spending in India, in Tamil Nadu, in Coimbatore, in urban area, right? So all these kind of and my own favorites, there could be many things. All these kind of things would also be easily fitted into AI in future, and it will act like a personalized assistant. So if you think rich people, they always used to have PS, personal assistants, right? So always if something that is mundane task or repeated task, you used to say that, hey PA, can you take care of it, right? That's what rich people or the big shots will be doing. Likewise, this Gen A is going to be a PA for each one of us, in irrespective of our social status or our social economy. And just think that while I'm going to spend something in Amazon, or while I'm in some shop like Zudio or Starbucks, the AI is intimating me, hey Dinesh, would you like to you want definitely do spend over this item? You already have this item in your home, or you just now bought this 2 months back. Why you want to spend this again, right? So AI might be suggesting as feedback, good real-time feedbacks as well. So why I'm crossing over into feedbacks from visuals is, even from visuals we are understanding the pattern and get some insights, right? If we are able to get that insights directly without the raw data or visuals, just think how the life would be. It is a different ball game, right? So it's totally an imaginary thing, but I don't think it will be, whether it will be happening or not. It will happen, but in who knows, in a way different style. Yeah. So let me just start with some best practices in visualization. Before that, I'll just quickly go into the Power BI pane, right? So I assume that all of you are into any of the BI tools to the bare minimum of Microsoft Excel. So can you raise your hand, those who don't have been into BI tools or something like that? What I mean by BI tools, what is visuals? Okay, I assume that I don't want to scratch the basics again, right? So let's go a little bit deeper, right? So I have some data. Okay, so consider it as Swiggy order data. I can even open the data in the Excel first and show you. Got So this is fairly a small orders data. What is the order date? What is the sales quantity, sales amount, INR, user ID, restaurant ID. Okay, so we don't want to go much dive deep into it, but just going to use this Swiggy sample data which I have prepared, so that it will be easy for you to connect, because most of us or all of us are using Swiggy nowadays, right? So consider I am a product manager, or I am a data analyst in Swiggy. I just want to understand uncover some patterns from this data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply use a card and going to use the sales amount as the figure. What is the total sales amount that I'm having? Okay, let me just go with the number card. Sorry, yeah. So it's showing that the sum of sales amount is nothing but 987 million. Okay. Now this is a very raw figure. What I'm going to do, I cannot infer anything, right? Yeah, this 987 million is a good number, but what is the story it is saying? Is it the current month revenue or past month revenue, or what is it? I don't know, right? So for that, I can simply try on a different chart. So what I'm going to do is, let me shorten this. Let me select okay, line chart. What I'm going to do is place the order date in x-axis and sales amount in the y-axis. So now it is somewhat better. What I'm able to infer is, yeah, the sales. Consider that 2017 Swiggy has been launched, and from that the sales has drastically increased from around what to say, less than 1 billion to something like 0.4 billion in 2018, and later it is slowly starting decreasing. Maybe the reason could be of competitors, or people started tend not to use Swiggy for some reason, right? So these are all the things which a product manager or data analyst need to dive deep, understand the pattern, and get the insights. Okay, fine. So what else? What else I can do? This is a line chart. This is a card, and I'm going to use another chart as well. For example, let me use a column chart. So what I'm going to do is, again, let me use the sales amount, and let me just categorize it by restaurants. Okay, so there are so many restaurants, so that is why it is showing me something like this. Um, if I can do some filtering, it's greater than some ballpark number. Let me give. Okay, almost all the data are. So these are certain things which a typical data analyst would be doing. After entering the chart, he'll be doing the filter, doing the sort, and also uh, make it as readable as possible. Okay, so these are certain things which I'm just showing in the chart as well, and there might be certain other things as well I can show with the pie chart. This will be mostly used for proportion based thing. Okay, so the line chart, you'll be seeing some progress or the data point to be flowing from the left to right, whereas in a pie chart it will be in a circular way, and the distribution will be in a proportionate way. Okay, so same. Let me use the sales quantity for this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the order data again. So this is showing me like a distribution kind of a proportion kind of thing. So if I want to see the overall sales by yearly, which year sales is contributing for me more. Okay, so this you can mostly this pie chart will be used in terms of by using the dimensions, like um, which team has contributed to the sales more, which city has contributed to the sales more, something like that. Okay, so this is just a very basic thing. Now I'll go back to my presentation. What are some best practices to be followed? Okay, so certain this kind of visualization patterns. Once again, Senthil will be debriefing you in a elegant way using Tableau tool as well, so that you will be able to see both the Tableau and Power BI as examples. So, what are the basic guidelines which every data analyst should be facing is choosing the right chart type. Okay, so there will be n number of charts, table chart, line chart, and I was showing you in this Power BI as well, right? So apart from these set of charts, you can also get more visuals from the Power BI marketplace as well. So there are n number of charts, but the crux is choosing the right chart for uh, for the data which you are going to show, right? So ultimately, it's going to be the four category. Either you would be comparing the data, or you want to see the distribution of data points. For example, what I mean by distribution is if you uh, plot all the order value into a chart. Okay. For example, what I mean by Swiggy order value is probably we used to have lunch, dinner, or breakfast. That's what, right? Mostly we'll be ordering for one person. So the most ordered value would be around 200 to 500. That would be the most number of repeated patterns. So in that case, if we plot this order value as a histogram, most of the order value will be present over here. Okay, so there will be very less order value, like less than 50 or less than 100. There will be very less, and will be very less order value, which is beyond 5,000 or let's say beyond 2,500 or 5,000 or 10,000, right? So mostly it will be our this sector, and that's why this chart is called as histogram. And this histogram can be represented in column or line based on the number of data points. If there is very few data points, which I mentioned right now, right, it's going to be only order value. Then mostly it will be column histogram. If it is of many data points, then it will be a line histogram. What I mean by that order values, the three categories. One is 0 to 100, and the second category is 100 to 500, and the third category is consider 500 to 750, and fourth is 750 to 5,000, and the fifth is 5,000 to 10,000. If it is fairly five set of categories, it will be column histogram would be good. As line histogram, if the points if the point or range is too much, then it will be a line histogram. Okay, so we don't have time to dive deep into each and every chart, but I'm just giving a glimpse of how this chart decision need to be taken by a typical data analyst or a product manager whoever is preparing the visuals. Okay.
Dinesh, sir,
Yes.
Dr. Andrew Abella,
Okay. Yes, Andrew.
whether they have suggested all these things. I mean, how this works. I mean, for like before selecting the chart, if I know about the data, can I get some reference? Okay, these are the charts I need to do something like that.
Okay. So let us forget about AI stuff for a bit and just consider that we have tool. That's all. Like I have Power BI. That's all. Okay. So the decision of chart depends on two things. One is the nature of data, and the second thing is what I'm going to infer. Okay. So now, what is the goal is that's coming back to the same example. I want to cluster what pattern of order value is repeating more number of times. Okay, so that I can plan certain discounts for those set of audience, so that those people will order more value or uh, move from 100 to 500 order value persons to 500 to 1000 order value. Okay, so for doing certain activities to do those marketing campaigns, I need to find in which category more order value is happening. So okay, so this is let's start from here. So what would you like to show? I want to show in a visual based on the order value, right? Which is nothing but distribution. Okay, distribution is fine. Whether I have few data points or many data points, I have single variable, which is nothing but the order value, and it is going to be few data points. So I can go and select the column histogram. So in general, this kind of decision making will come naturally while you are working in the dashboard itself. Okay, but in the industry pattern, usually it will happen like what is the requirements, the requirement will be debriefed, that requirement will be validated with the product team or the person who is consuming that visual, and the data analyst first think through that, okay, this is going to be the requirement, what is the preferred chart which would work. All these things will be happening in the paperwork, and once the chart preparation comes over here, it'll be pretty clear that okay, this is the chart I'm going to use. Let me go ahead and do. Or else, few people will start with the dashboard preparation itself, and they'll think on the flow that okay, this is what I'm going to achieve, and this is the chart I need. Otherwise, if there is any doubt, there will always be this chart suggestions starter, so which will be used to decide which type of chart will be used.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So coming back here, it is all about choosing the right chart type, as I told earlier, and also color as well. Okay, what I mean by color is, if it is going to be, what to say, I am not able to get a specific example for the color. Yeah, let's take a Swiggy as example itself. While designing the dashboard, if we are using some other color instead of Swiggy's color, it would be a little bit awkward for the stakeholders who are going to consume. that connects with the second point as well, right? So mostly Swiggy's dashboard will be using the Swiggy's brand color only. That is where it will connect with the audience, it will connect with the product team or the leadership team so that they can understand the story better, right? And it is also nothing but not just presenting the visual, it is also about telling a story. What is the problem it is being trying to solve, or what is the requirement it is trying to solve, right? And balancing aesthetics and functionality. Just because the need is to create a dashboard, too much of aesthetic is not going to help much. What I mean by aesthetic is making it look good, making it pleasing, and all those things. Sometimes it might not be concentrated too much, whereas functionality also is important. For example, considering the interactivity. In my dashboard, I was having a set of visuals, but nowhere I have an option that will I be able to select the restaurant name? Will I be able to select the city name? Right? So why do I need to care all the other cities' data points if I'm uh, Swiggy's Chennai manager? Right? I just need the data point from Chennai's point of view only. So considering interactive is about the data filters, choose the city, and the relevant data points are getting displayed in the dashboard. And this is a general principle they used to call as KISS. What is made that is keep it simple and stupid. Okay, so these are all some basic points. And now we proceed to the certain basic concepts with respect to data before we feed into the uh, charts, right? So two basic things we need to remember. One is dimension and another one is measure. Okay, what I mean by dimension and measure is this is the sample data which you are able to show, which you are able to see, and dimension is nothing but their qualitative data, right? It answers four basic concepts. Sorry, I'll go to the slide and then come back with the example. It answers four basic things. If a column, if you consider each of the every column, it will answer either one of this question. Who? It could be of customer. What? It could be of department. Where? It could be of city. When? It could be of morally of date. If your column, each of every column is going to be of answering either one of these questions, then it is a nothing but a dimension. Okay, we come back to the visual where we'll be mentioning the dimension and where we'll be measuring the measure. Okay, so measure is all about quantitative data, which you'll be able to aggregate. What I mean by aggregate is add or average. You'll be able to perform all those operations like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, which we have learned in our schools, which is what the data analyst will be performing most of the time, which need to be done, but in some cases people don't do, but it is definitely need to be done. So it is being called, it can even be categorized in two different ways. One is continuous format and another one is discrete way. So what I mean by continuous data is can take any value within one particular range. Basically, it will be answering how much kind of questions. Okay. For example, if you take order value, then order value can be between 1 to let's say 1 million or something like that, any figure, right? So even it could be in a decimal format as well, 450 rupees 75 paise. Likewise, the delivery time 32.5 minutes, 32 minutes, 31 minutes, whatever it may be, and customer rating 4 rating, 5 rating, 4.7 rating. Okay. Whereas what is meant by discrete is it takes only specific values and it will be countable. It will not be able to be what to say. It doesn't have an in between value. For example, mostly it will be in the category of how many, number of orders, number of customers, number of restaurants. If you see here the number of orders, it will not be 156.5 order. It will be either 156 order or 157 order. That's all, right? So why do I say all these things is if you want to go beyond the a basic analytics capability, you need to definitely be strong in such kind of basic statistics as well, right? So that's where you will be able to choose the right chart type and you will be able to prepare good insights, and that will help to uncover the patterns as well. Fine. So this is a very simple chart, right? So plotting it from Jan to November, the blue line indicates ice cream sales that has happened in a particular beach of a city over the month, and this particular red line is nothing but the shark attacks. This is a very common example. Those who are learning statistics or data analytics in US, so I use the same example. We don't have shark in our city. Just imagine it is somewhere in US. Okay, so how much shark attacks are happening in Jan to November? Okay, so if you could see here, both are in the same level of data points, right? So it looks like both are correlated. But does it have any meaning that because ice cream sales are happening more, shark attacks are also happening more, right? It doesn't have any meaning. On the other way, to take any good decision, if I stop the ice cream sales, shark attacks also will not be happening. If as a decision maker, if I use this chart to take such a kind of foolish decision, what will happen, right? So this is called as correlation. There will be certain attributes that will happen because they are correlated. Okay, but this correlation is nothing but this correlation is not just because that they one causes the other. Okay, there could be some other reason as well. Here, reason is both ice cream sales and shark attacks happen because it is summer season. Because it is summer season, ice cream sales is happening more. Because it is summer season, many tourists visit beaches and many people go to sea for to do the surfing, and that is why shark attacks also the possibility of shark attacks also is more. Okay, so this is called as a causation. Okay, both the data points are similar, but what is the real cause of it? That is where the real inference or real human capability comes into picture, right? So let me tell the same thing with a very simple example, with the same Swiggy example. I'm going to Swiggy and I'm adding a lot of food items, but suddenly I come away. This could be one thing. Okay. Likewise, I'm using rarely. Rarely I'm using Swiggy, and I started to use Zomato and many localized apps as well. Like in Coimbatore, there is something called as Cooker. Likewise, many localized apps are also coming, and suddenly I'm uninstalling that. Okay, so if we take this data into a graph, something like this line graph, it will definitely be correlated, most probably. Okay, the cart number of people who abandon the cart and also the number of people who uninstall, mostly it will be in a correlated way. What I mean by correlate is it need not be the same number. The number of people who abandon the cart could be in thousands. Number of people who uninstall Swiggy would be in hundreds or less than hundreds. But the correlation would be in a same pattern. Okay, but okay, this is correlation is fine. But what is the cause of this? Whether it is competitors or whether it is food quality is not good, whether it is economic situation is not good. There could be many reasons, right? One of such reasons could be too many steps in purchasing or too many steps in placing the order. Whether my product is bad, whether my product has created into a clutter that has created confusion to select the hotel, select the food, and finally getting into added into cart and all those things. Because of this frustration, I am abandoning the cart. This could be one cause. Because of the frustration to understand the product, I'm uninstalling Swiggy and installing Zomato or some other local app like Cooker. Right? This could be of course. So just plotting the data into visuals is not enough, but also extracting the story or helping the understanding the uncover the pattern is also important. Okay, fine. So once again, coming to this, most probably more than 60%, it will be this four kinds of charts. One is bar chart, line chart, pie chart, and pivot. So when it comes to bar chart, it is all about comparing values across categories. Okay, line chart trends over time, showing paths as whole, and there are certain other charts as well, pivot, card, and table. I'll quickly show the bar chart alone. I simply change this what is it? This bar chart as pie chart as a column chart. Okay, so right now I don't have any other dimension, so it is showing like this. So consider that I need to categorize my revenue across different currency types. Consider Amazon.com, right? So they want to understand that, okay, in INR, how much revenue is happening. In Swiggy, how much revenue is happening. Again, there is another calculation also need to be done. It's of course $1 will be equal to around 90 rupees, right? So if both the values should not be the same, there will be some mediator value. Calculate all the revenue in USD, calculate all the revenue in INR. Only in that way this calculation will be done. Okay, so this is very basic. These are the basic charts which will be used in most of the cases. And while using these basic charts also, not just visualizing the data, but to help extract the story behind the data. Okay, for example, this is a line chart that shows the website traffic for my Swiggy.com. Okay, this is the general information. Whereas if I could say that website traffic has tripled after this particular social media campaign, website traffic has gone down after so and so sensational news that has been spreading in the news. If we are able to highlight the story as well, then it is called as data storytelling beyond data visualization. Okay, so now let me go and dive deep into the what are the visualization things that are happening right now. Okay, so basically it is all happening via BI tools, and we all use Excel, Microsoft Excel, and Google Sheets, and there are certain embedded tools as well. Like what I mean by embedded tool is creating charts is one way using React or any front end frameworks is one way. This is where this open source libraries are there, and creating charts with Python libraries will be mostly done by the data science team, and this is nothing but the data and insights team will be using the BI tools, and this Metabase Bold BI, this embedded kind of things will be used by the product team. If they want to have a reporting layer, a reporting, okay, I can show it over here. It will be so. Consider that you have a product. Okay, so let's say Amazon.com, and you want to show some insights. There are two different ways. One is you can right away uh, uh, create the charts and embed into a product. And the another reason is you can simply embed that dashboard into your product. Okay, I'll quickly show. Sorry, I didn't have that been bookmarked. So if you could see here, this particular dashboard or this set of visuals is not created on their own by this company. This set of visuals would have been created with Power BI, and they simply embed the dashboard into their web application. Okay, I'll show my own related example as well. So yeah, so this is a sample web application I have. Okay, in this I have prepared this set of visuals from React libraries, which I was showing you with the high charts. Okay, whereas another option is I don't want to create this set of visuals from scratch. It will be a time waste for me. Whereas I can create it with Metabase or Power BI embedded and all those embedded analytics tools and directly embed it into this tool. This will save my time and effort as well, right? So I'm just giving you the patterns of data visualization, how it is happening, so how it is evolving as well, and this evolution slowly getting increased over the time. Okay, so Senthil, can you go ahead and show Tableau demo? How this data visualization is happening right now with the Tableau with a set of examples?
Yeah, yeah, Dinesh.
Yeah.
Is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it is.
Yeah. This is the Tableau interface. Just I have imported one CSV that Dinesh mentioned the Swiggy example, right? I have imported CSV Swiggy dataset CSV into Tableau interface. Um, Basically, Dinesh covered all the things. We have measures and dimension. That's it. The visualization tool have the measures and dimension itself. We can think ourselves and put wherever we require the measures, wherever we require the dimension. Likewise, basically, this is the Tableau interface. We can able to put the measures. For example, this is the list of restaurants available in the 4 locations in the cities. I have listed down all the shops over here. Okay, we'll basically we will check, right. For cost of two is which restaurant give the maximum value. Likewise, we'll put the measure over here. It will show. Uh, uh, for in three mangoes we have for 2 persons it costs only 100. Likewise, we have create the charts using the show me a button here. We will use the bar or something else like this. Okay, in Tableau. And one more thing I need to tell you to all. Basically, I am from the domain person. Completely, I am rendering into the domain. I think of data like that's it. Okay. After I've been shifted to the data team. I need to need to develop the dashboards in Tableau. So I didn't learn Tableau and I didn't do anything. But I did so many visualization in Excel. Okay, I just converting those Excel metrics into Tableau. By in the earlier stage, I didn't. There is no examples in the internet also. At the time, we crash into Tableau public forum. They have provided. They have provided so many dashboards in the Tableau public. We can able to see so many dashboards available in the Tableau public forum, and also will show this dashboard and we can able to download this also. We can download this dashboard and see the calculations over there, how they created these visuals and how they create the calculator over the Tableau platform. Will we do the self-learn over here and we create dashboards as of now. And some of the examples, these dashboards also I have downloaded from the Tableau public itself. They have created like this. How many number of restaurants they have over the locations, and delivery time for each locations is they mentioned. How many number of veg restaurants, non-veg restaurants. They have used the action filters over the dashboards. We will click the North Indian cuisine restaurants. These are all the North Indian cuisine restaurants available, and cost for two is high for these restaurants, and the cost per two is low for these restaurants. We can able to create these visuals also, and also we can use the we can create dashboards using the calculator fields and put the filters over here and use the we'll see the restaurant itself alone. Dinesh.
Dinesh, you are on mute.
Senthil, Can
Yes.
you change the measure as mean, median, mode? Just either one of the in one of the chart.
In my data set, I am not having that message like that here.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So just place your screen as it is. I was mentioning the dimension and measure, no, guys. So here, if you could see the cost for two is nothing but a measure, which can be aggregated, and that is why you're able to see that the cost for two has been aggregated across the total name. Okay, so likewise, if you could see the name that has been added for rows, it is nothing but the dimension, which cannot be summarized. You cannot summarize Dinesh Kumar and Senthil, correct? Because they are unique things. They are dimensions, right? So here in Tableau, dimension will be mostly placed in rows, measure will be mostly placed in columns. That's what they have decided. Whereas in Power BI, it will be different. Senthil, you have anything else to show or?
Yeah, that's it from this.
Okay, fine. So the reason I brought in Senthil is uh, uh, two things. One is he has good expertise in Tableau, and also you can also try the Tableau public uh, that version of things, right? So Tableau public version of software is completely free, and you can also use it as a portfolio after creating a set of dashboards. You can publish it, and it will be available in Tableau public, which you can add in your resume, and it will be a good add-on, real-time add-on value addition in your resume. Okay, so to express your quality in data analytics and visualization. So yes, Indil, I'll go ahead and share my.
Yeah.
Sharing my entire screen. Yeah, and visualization is good. We have BI tools, we have Power BI, we have Tableau. Everything is good. So what next, right? So especially I want to have
Dinesh, can you please hide that notification at the bottom?
yeah.
Thank you.
Especially I want to dive deep into this. Not dive deep. Point this because of the advent of GenAI, because it is entirely transforming the industry, and especially this data analytics space. I think some of them have shared a survey that which is the most replaceable job, which has been predicted by the World Economic Forum, right? So where data analytics is lagging in the top. So just that I'm able to create a visual, I'm able to create a dashboard is not would not be a skill needed uh, to sustain or be on the longer run, right? Of course domain expertise is needed, but beyond that we need to think in different ways as well, how to correlate things, and how to understand that what causes a certain thing and all those things. That's why I added certain other basic statistic information. That is on one side understanding the basic, on the other side understanding the future date, and that is where the AI comes into picture. It is nothing but the conversational AI. Of course, there are certain standalone tools and certain tools which are embedded within the this conversational capabilities embedded in the tools as well. So let me show in a demo itself. Okay. So what is happening right now is, as you could see, visuals are not present in Microsoft Excel. Visuals are not present in what to say uh, BI tools. It is right away embedded into your canvas. I think most of you would be using Miro or Notion and all those things, right? So just consider that if you are able to get the visuals right into it without even going into Excel or Power BI, how the things would be, right? Such a kind of interactive charts and insight generation, it's coming into where you are right now. Okay, so this one I have it in my tool, but unfortunately the credits has This is a tool called as Jeda.ai, where you can simply upload your CSV and you can simply say that, hey, show me the pattern and distribution that has happened in this retail sales. Okay, you can even select the whether it is a document or data insight, and also you can simply select what model you would like to go ahead, like whether it should be GPT-4o Mino or Cloud model or Llama model, whatever it may be, right? You can even select that, and it is all going to be um, giving you this particular thing. So you can select the model like as you do. But right now I'm not able to show because my trial has the credit has got run. So that's why I have a short video of this, so which you could see here. Once you have the CSV data, once you have the CSV data, you can select the model, and even it could be of more than one model, and you can select the aggregation as well. Once all this is done, you can ask the question, top KPIs, just it, and it will be giving you the visuals and also the summary as well. Okay. So earlier it will be two different personas. One will be the data analyst will be preparing the visuals, and the consumption person will be a product manager, or sometimes data analyst also will be doing. But I'm just literally having a segregation. Sometimes the consumers will be the decision makers. Okay, so that layer is slowly getting resolved, because if a data analyst capabilities are being provided with the tool itself, the need of a person will not be necessary at all, right? I'm not saying that 100% will be going away, but the need as in human person who has basic data analytic capability, who has only basic data analytics capability, will not be sustaining on a longer run, right? That is where you need to be expertise, you need to have a subject matter expert, or you need to have the technical skill to understand the pattern and to generate the insights. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me show you a couple of demos. Yeah, let me share this URL with you in the chat. This is a sample web application. Harish, do you hear any noise from my side?
No, it's perfectly fine, Dinesh.
Fine. It's a small noise, but if it is clear for you, then it's fine. So this is a sample web application. Okay. Consider there are three different roles. One is data analyst, right? Let's even consider a data engineer. One role is data engineer, and the second role is data analyst, and the third role is a product manager or a CEO of this particular application. Okay, I have launched this application, and I want to know how this app is performing, whether it solves users' problem, whether the sales is happening right in a good way, whether my users are using the features or not. All those kind of questions. Or there could be some other thing, like if you take Amazon Big Billion Days, right? It will be one specific day in an year, and it will be more like in a particular set of hours, like 9 o'clock or evening 6 o'clock, when people coming out of office and start to browse, they used to go to Amazon and purchase something, right? It will be very specific of time where the interactions will be happening. If I'm a product manager in a noise way, I need the data engineer's help to collect all the data, right? And I need the data analyst help to create visualizations like this to understand the spend. And on the other side, I need myself as a product manager or the CEO to understand the data, generate the patterns. Now it is totally a different game, right? So I have a product analytics tool called as Microsoft Clarity integrated to understand all the event behaviors, what is happening with this application. Okay, I think some of you have opened this web application, and that is why previously the number was 1 and now the number is changed to 10. If I click on this, go to recordings, it will be showing me what each particular user is doing in a live way. Right now you are doing, and right now some people are using opened this in their mobile but didn't do anything, whereas some other people has opened it and it is not rendering in the mobile, as a PM, I'm able to understand that, okay, it is not rendering in my mobile right away. And one second. Yeah, right. These are all some qualitative information. Now let me come to the visuals. Okay. So right at the moment, I'm able to understand that how many people are clicking it, how many people are doing dead clicks. What I mean by dead click is clicking here, clicking here, clicking here, right? So if people are clicking over here, it means that people are trying to interact with this chart or interact with this visual, but they are not able to infer something, which I'm able to get right over here itself. Okay. Is there any excessive scrolling? What is meant by quick backs? If I see this visual and suddenly I go to some other page, there could be some reason that either I'm able to understand or uncover pattern very quickly, or in a negative way. I'm not able to understand this chart. It looks like a shit, right? Sorry for the word. So it looks like a bad thing, right? So there could be of two reasons, and which I'll be able to understand it. Okay. So this slightly moves away from visualization into product analytics, but I'm trying to cover it up with the product analytics, visualization examples. So there are certain things which you can visualize it, the data, right? I can consume it, and I can interact with the filter. I can just go and select only the last yesterday and all those things. User path, from where user was doing this, from where the traffic is coming, and all those things, which I'll be able to do with the filters, which you can consider as the current situation using the dashboard, using Excel to infer some insight. Whereas I can also go to the Copilot, ask it right away that summarize your data. That's all. I don't have a question on top of my mind. I'm asking itself to summarize the data, and it is giving me the answer. And I'm straight away asking that how many users visited my website last week, and it is giving me the answer, right? So earlier, it used to be creation of dashboard. It's all about interacting with the tools and consuming the visuals also. It also used to be with the mouse click and the keyboard click. But right now it is changing with the advent of ChatGPT, the Gen AI. It is totally changing, as you can see. Correct. So it is all about interaction with the chat-based interaction. Now I'm starting it. Most visited pages. Now I'm typing it. Whereas in future it will also be voice enabled as well. Okay, so simply it is saying that in the last 3 days, most visited pages, this one, right? So do you see the difference of past and present with this example, right? And the same way, this is again a visualization tool where I can create visuals to understand the current live users, how many people have visited me over the period of time, and all those things. Same thing, they have the Copilot edition as well. What do the users do after shipping, right? Consider the time taken for a typical data analyst to create such a visual. Okay, my question is very simple. What do my users do after add shipping in? What do my users do after adding the items into cart? This might sound very simple question, but bringing that answer into a chart, just consider how much effort would be needed. But with the capability of Gen AI, it is all in a matter of seconds, not even microseconds. Correct? So it is showing that 17% of people are ending their session. 10% of people are, after getting their items added into cart, they are adding the payment info and then end the session. 8% of people, after adding into cart, log out and then log in. Right? 6% of information, 6% of people are adding the payment info because they are not repeated consumers. I can infer any kind of thing. I can infer this data and infer any kind of information. Correct. So consider, just imagine the way it is getting transformed from manual, rudimentary way of analysis, which involves multiple people and more time, and it is how it is evolving into use of such tools with the capabilities, AI capabilities to infer the visuals in with ease. Okay, right. In this way, the things are moving. The conversation, hey, I was explaining you with a set of tools. I think Claude, Akio, which you people, some of you would be knowing. Data.ai is the one I showed you few minutes back, and this embedded chatbots is what I showed with the Microsoft Clarity and Amplitude. Okay, so this is where the thing is heading towards, which we are able to infer it a bit. How about the future after 10 years or 15 years? Sorry, after 10 years. Right now, also, it is possible, it is happening, but not in a very relevant way. Many people are not doing it. Okay, so more AI powered end-to-end analytics will be coming to picture, not just visual, but also AI will be able to automatically turn even unstructured data like customer reviews into reports that will be more of in a structured insights. Consider there is an AI tool which can understand the product design, which can get the user interviews, which is text data, and there will be product feedback data. There will be uh, Gmeet calls, like what we do, right? Customer calls will be there. All these things, some AI engine sits in between, and it is giving us the insights directly, which also includes visuals to consume, right? How powerful it will be. So this is where it is. The future could be. And another thing is augmented reality, 3D charts to tie up closely with the visuals. It is nothing but the 3D visuals and insights that will be able to consume with the augmented reality as well. Consider a doctor who is sitting somewhere and he's trying to check a patient's history. Okay, he's checking the reviews and with his phone itself. He doesn't have inside the phone. He doesn't have the tool, BI tool or anything like that, right? And he checks the patterns. He checks the past or let's say BP calculation, how it's been for this patient over the period of time, and he understands or he sees some patterns, and he gets some insights to take decisions. Okay, this particular patient needs a revisit right away, something like that, right? So doctor is a person. Um, some kind of application would be the app that is present in his phone, and he's analyzing the data to take decisions. There is no BI tool came into picture. There is no advanced technical jargons or something like that, right? So this is where I see that future of visualization will be going on. And yeah, one last thing which I'd like to show is a small video. I hope audio also will be visible. Let me know whether it is visible. Sorry, audible. Audio is you're able to hear?
Just play it, Dinesh. I think we are not able to hear it. No, we don't hear it.
You don't hear this?
No, we don't.
Okay, what I need to do, I don't know.
Maybe while presenting the screen itself, you will be given an option to enable the sound also. Maybe you can stop the presentation and restart it. At that time, you will get an option. There will be an option on about system sound. You can enable that.
Okay, it need to share as a tab. In. My tab is on the other side. What can I do? Okay, give me a minute. One second, please. I'll try it. If not, it's okay. That's just a small teaser. That's all. Okay, I think the tab is visible.
Okay, Mama, I got this new challenge for you.
Is it audible now?
Yes, it is audible.
Are you ready?
Ready?
I need you to do this. Do this. Now put it on your chin. Okay, good. Now do it again, but put it on your chin. Yeah, but put it on your chin. Do this, but put it on your chin.
So I don't know. Some of you have already seen this or not, but would like to know what is happening in that reel, Instagram reel.
So, can I attend, Dinesh?
Yes, yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so the boy is asking his mom to make such a symbol and put it on a chin, um, but the mom just sees a visual and she keeps on putting on cheeks, not on a chin.
Yes, yes. That's the point, Arti. Yeah. Let me complete this.
I put it on my chin.
Okay, put it on your chin. No, do this, what I'm doing, and put it on your chin. Oh my god. I said do this, listen to my words. Do this and put it on your chin.
This is the last time I'm gonna do this and put it on my chin.
Mama, do this. Oh my god. Okay, stop. Mama, I said do this, and put it on your chin. Mama, is this your chin? I said your chin. This is your chin.
Oh, oops.
So, yeah, either it is now, next, or later, visualization always matters. So, stick to the basics, learn the basics, and also stick with the future. Okay. And these are the LinkedIn handles of myself and Senthil. You can connect if you want. And yes.
Thank you so much, Dinesh and Senthil, for the very engaging session. One of the things which I very much like with Dinesh session is because of his interactive kind of presentation. The last video which you could have seen or previously have seen some of his PPTs with many meme concepts. To recollect something, recently I went for a Power BI workshop where I did a PPT. So I took Dinesh as a reference and added many meme materials to that presentation so that the interaction among the students would increase. So the students really like it. So I need to convey that thanks to Dinesh. So in that essence today, as per the title, they have shown us the evolution of data visualization and what is the future ahead with many real-time examples and hands-on demonstration by Senthil especially. So once again, thanks to both these professionals for always being part of CDC and uh, contributing to our in-person events and virtual sessions. So participants, now this is your time to shoot your questions and ask your questions answered by Dinesh and Senthil. Please turn on your mics. If possible, also turn on your camera and ask the questions. Please go ahead. So can we assume that no one has doubt, like everyone is 100% clear? Anyone? Okay,
So hi sir.
we have.
Sir, let me have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, now I'm working on a hospital OP project, sir, where I need to analyze the patient footfall during the hospital hours. What kind of graphs or what kind of visualization can we use to analyze for a better visualization of the patient footfall, sir?
So patient footfall is nothing but how many you can first uncover what are all the KPIs you want to measure, like number of people who visit the hospital. That could be, for example, let's say in a hospital on a day, 10 people are visiting, but not all 10 people would be the patients, right? So you need to have a number that how many are actually patients, how many are inpatient or outpatient. Mostly this will be with the help of cards. What I mean by to start with the thing is, if I could share my screen, yeah, it will be morely basic set of cards. You simply show the high level information: number of patients visited, number of patients, number of new patients, number of revisiting patients, correct? And number of inpatients, number of outpatients. Inpatients are nothing but who has been admitted, and outpatients are nothing but who just come for the consultation and go out. So these are all certain basic visual things. And of course, when you say the footfall, it is about, you can also see show it as a trends, right? Like this. You can also take some example from published thing, or like how Senthil was showing you from Tableau. There are a lot of other examples as well. I'm just selecting one. So in hospital, what is the average length of stay someone who is entering into the hospital? Like this, the what you want to show as graphs is unlimited. The sky is the limit, but it all boils down to what is the end goal of your person who has asked you this analysis. Ask him of more questions. What is the objective? Based on that, define what need to be derived as charts, and based on that, you'll be able to infer whether it need to be a chart or simply a table is enough, or a pivot table, or anything could be.
Thank you, sir.
Well, before going to the next question, just a small information. We have shared the link of the feedback form in the chat box. Please click it and add your valuable feedback, your ratings to this virtual session. That will really help us. And also to all the participants who fill it, you will be getting your e-certificates instantly. So that's information which I wanted to share. So yeah, please proceed with your questions. Anyone else more? Well, we do have a question in the chat box. Surya T, how did you transition into the data analysis field, and what were your biggest challenges? As multiple resources, it is difficult to choose one. I'm a fresher into this field. Your guidance will be helpful. Over to you, Dinesh.
Um, Before that, Yuvraj also has like how one shift a career to data analyst. Um, First, it boils down to your interest, which I used to say people in the in-person events as well. For example, one of the volunteer in CDC, Diksha, right? She's into nutrition kind of thing. So I used to say whenever I see her, I used to ask that what are all the visuals you prepared with respect to your domain? Did you prepare something? Did you prepare some useful insights? For example, Harish or myself, we are not into nutrition. We are not into the nuances of nutrition. But Diksha can really good, make some good visuals, good patterns, good insights from nutrition data, right? So in whichever domain you are currently in, this is a good example for Senthil as well. Senthil, are you still in line?
Yes, Dinesh.
Yeah, even you can share your example, how you shifted from your career from an operations guy into data analyst. Yeah, you would be the good person to answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, the question guy asked is the passion towards data is the must here. I didn't know how the BI tools works. I didn't know how we need to create the stories. One of the questions asked in the chat as well. How do we do storytelling in the visualization? This all comes under the understanding of the product, understanding of the domain. Okay, whatever we need to convey to the operation or convey to the management, that we need to do with the basic data preparation. That's the that's must thing. That way we serve data and prepare data what the customers ask, what the management asks, what the operation do improve basic things. That's it. After the BA tool and all the things, just the tool we put the dimension and measures across. That's it. The way we in the as a data professional, now the AI Gen AI thing came in. Before that, we need to struggle for the coding and explore data analysis, all things. Now we have chat GPT and GPTs. We can get the guidance from GPTs and do whatever we want. That's the way we develop ourselves.
Yes, to continue that, if you are in a particular domain specific guy and also interested in data, that is second. And also the third thing is you created dashboards, you created some samples and all those things. Okay. Finally, you also need to create the visibility. How come someone would know that you are an operations expert, but also you are interested, you are interested in data as well? How the other side will be knowing? For that, you need to come to such events, you participate, take the opportunities, share yourself. It all involves your time and energy, but that is how the visibility will get created, and you can understand things like you'll get that opportunity. So that is where the transition happens, but which also includes the um, understanding the basics very strongly. Right? What is the difference between correlation and cohesion? What is the difference? What is meant by distribution? Or what is the difference between measure and dimension? And all those kinds of basic stuff. There are a lot of basic stuff which I haven't stuff covered, but still, yeah, it shows you how you understood the concept. You cannot simply explain the concept to an interviewer or mug up and by heart the concept and tell like that. It needs some kind of effort. Yeah, that is one thing. And second thing is, how did you transition to data analytics field, and what were your biggest challenges? Multiple resources, difficult to choose one. I'm a fresher. Yeah, my career started as software engineer, so I was typical developer guy who used to code, and over the time I became senior software engineer, mentoring the junior software engineers. It was as same as possible. But at one point of time, I stepped into communities and started to share knowledge. Basically, use my own products to share as examples and all those things. And even this Bold BI set of dashboards, I'll share. Am I sharing the Bold BI thing? Yeah. So Bold BI is a product which was created by Syncfusion. I was working at Syncfusion 7-8 years back, and I was an engineer, typical backend developer in that company. And naturally, I was having the passion to work more towards data and also communicating what I have created, uh, with the customers or any third party, any third person. Like if I meet Harish, hey, hi Harish, I like this platform. This is what I have created. this product has features and all those kind of things. So what my company did is they gave me an entire what to say as a task, as a 1 year task to do all these domain analysis and create dashboards for all these domains. Okay, so all these set of dashboard, you could see 20 dashboards around 15 dashboards. 7 years back, I did that thing. Somewhat a slight கொஞ்சம் பெருமையா வர மாதிரி இருக்கு because I did 7 years back and still the product is having that as samples still now. So why I was able to transition from a developer towards this particular angle is the passion towards the data, something that is interesting. The raw data is being consumed in a different way, but in a visual way, it is easy to consume as well, right? So that is where my product journey also happened, like from a raw developer into a product manager as well. So this was the median phase where I turned from developer to product. So before moving to the product, I was completely a data analyst, understanding the domain and converting it to visual. So, yes, to answer your question, there are lot of things are there, multiple resources are there, difficult to choose. I totally agree, but no other go. You want to try something. This is totally an R&D. So you want to try something, check that whether it is working out or not. Ask your mentors. While you are attending in-person events, there will be a lot of seniors. Just ask them, ask their 5 minutes of time, ask right questions, use their 5 minutes of time in an effective way, and get the guidance and move to the next step. If you are not finding it interest in data analytics, it is totally fine. Shut it down and do whatever you like, or change, switch your idea to something else. Whether you are interested in UX design, or you are interested in product management, or you are interested in actual developer as well, it is totally fine. It need not be that it is just because it is shiny, someone need to be here, right? Such a kind of yes no decision you will be able to get while you are very close and attending in the in-person events. And I think we are, yes, Aarti.
Hi Dinesh. Actually, my question is more not related to data visualization, I would say, but I'm an aspiring product manager. So you also talked about building a portfolio. So for an aspiring product manager, what kind of portfolio and what are the contents can I add in my portfolio? What do you recommend?
Okay.
Is there any
It
guidance on
might
it?
be deviating question, but I'll shorten the answer as much as possible. See, for a person who wants to get into the data visualization space, if he can infer the data and extract the insights and expose it some way, LinkedIn or WhatsApp group, or getting into in-person communities, this is what the process would be. Extracting insights from raw data. That's what the process would be. For a product manager, it is all about the thinking. What is the thing curates you? For example, you can simply think that Swiggy is also doing the same thing. Zomato is also doing the same thing.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear
Your
Dinesh.
video is paused, Dinesh. I think that's a technical issue. I think it's resolved.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Sorry.
we couldn't hear you for the last few seconds. Could you please repeat it? Like you
Yeah,
were
yeah. So product management is about more than what kind of concepts. It's about how kind of concepts. Sorry, not how. Sorry, very sorry. It is why. Why kind of concept. Why there need to be a Zomato when already there is Swiggy? Why there need to be a localized cooker app when there is already Swiggy and Zomato, right? Another thing is, try to understand, use your domain strength. You could be working in 5 years in over a domain, supply chain or healthcare, whatever it may be. Into the domain, find the nuances. Once again,
Okay.
internet is. Are you able to hear?
Yes, Dinesh.
it's fine now.
You're clear.
Okay. Are you able to hear?
Yes, Dinesh.
I don't know. It is showing me you lost your network connection.
No,
Fine.
we are. It's perfectly fine. Please proceed.
Yeah. So uncover such patterns. They call it as product tear down. This term, Arti, like creating a dashboard in data visualization for the product. It is about product tear down. So tear down a product, uncover the patterns, uncover the challenges, uncover the opportunities, and publicize it. Share it in LinkedIn or something like that. At initial stages, it will be very awkward. Nobody will even be understanding. But that would be the starting step or a unique step which others are not doing. Because many people are something like they are sharing about RISE frameworks, they are sharing about product management principles, tech design, UX. இதெல்லாம் எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும். It is all repeated. So what is the different you show as a product sense? That is what. Maybe we can connect offline after some time.
Sure, Dinesh.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
Dinesh, do we have any more questions?
In the chat, it's like certifications. Yeah, certifications will be helpful in for two things. One is commitment to learn, because we'll be sticking to that one commitment. Okay, I want to complete the certification, so I'll spend my time to learn for that. Second thing is to create a minor visibility. I'm not saying that it will be a major stakeholder. It will create a visibility or differentiation that okay, among 10 people, two has done a certification. Let's give more concentration to that candidate. So in these two things, but I don't recommend spending too much on certification. And the third thing is what skills do we need to learn for data analytics other than Power BI SQL practice compete with AI tools? First is understand the basics, have the interest to crunch the data, not just as visuals, but that visuals need to tell the story. Okay, someone has asked also about storytelling, which is all a separate session. Maybe we can do it another time. You need to learn statistics. Yes, that's the right question, right answer, Senthil. Absolutely. Understand the basics. That's what. Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
So yeah, so all the questions have been answered. So in simple, it is all about making yourself strong in your own domain, making yourself strong in the core fundamentals of data analytics, then into the practical visualizations and networking, obviously, because when you meet more professionals, you get more ideas, just like how Aarti now had the time to speak with Dinesh and so on. So we encourage you to make yourselves good in all these three things, and we wish you all achieve your own career goals in the upcoming days. So once again, thank you, Dinesh and Senthil, and thanks to all the participants who made your presence today actively in a Sunday morning. So thank you all. Let's catch up in another virtual session shortly. And another reminder to just fill the feedback form so that you will get your e-certificates. So once again, thank you all. Have a great Sunday.